With joy in my heart this morning, I would like to bring up Mr. Akin Shobola as he begins to talk to us about the practical applications. And please, I would like to advise that we bring out our devices. You need your PC if you have it, your phone, because it's going to be hands-on and it will walk us through.
I want to say a big thank you to you for having me, and I'm happy that I'm here. But I hope God will help me, because there's a set of people that are here today now that I'm not even ready to untie the hair. So I will need the grace of God to be able to talk, where my DC and his wife they are here. So thank you so much for coming. God will honor you, Ma and Sir. So, I was discussing with Mr. Olusodo that, I have trainings, and the caliber of people you see in that training, you'll be wondering that, what are these people still looking for? But it occurred to me that it's because of that kind of mind that took them to where they are. Because they want to keep improving themselves. And that's one thing that will help us in this era. Because we need to keep learning and relearning. So let me just get straight to my slide. This is who I am. I'm the lead consultant at Canaan View Digital Solution. I'm a Google certified digital marketing expert. I'm a live member and a field rep in Full Gospel Businessmen's Fellowship International. And let me tell you this before I move on. Everything that I make money from today is out of how can I solve the problem in my chapter. So I didn't start making money from speaking because I wanted to become a speaker. I didn't start making money from AI because I wanted to start making money from AI. It's because if I'm going to have my chapter program and I need to invite the kind of people I want, I need to get a copywriter to help me craft my adverts. And I don't have money to pay a copywriter. Then even when you get a graphic designer to help you design your flyers, they will delay you, disappoint you. So I was forced to learn all of these things. But like my DC used to say that when you are pushing something, you cannot stay where you are. So when you think you are helping God, unknowingly to you, you are helping yourself. I'd like to share a testimony with you. Last year, I just got an invite from someone that I should please come and talk to them at CMD. So I got there. It was when I got there that I discovered that I'm actually going to be doing a keynote address to over 100 set of, SMEs at this CMD, popular CMD here. So after I finished speaking, she said, the woman told me that people in their zonal directors and like, where did you get this guy from? That a relationship was started. To cut the long story short, they have a training that they trained consultants. As a high-class consultant, I was invited to do some training for consultants. Me that I have not even started my consulting career the way I'm supposed to study. But where did all of these things start from? It's just from, how can we solve this problem in my chapter? How can we do the God's work? And before I know it, money started coming in. And towards December, even another fellow was, I used to joke when I was a chapter president that, look, a time is coming, I'm speaking to you free. A time is coming, people will be paying me hundreds of thousands. I got an offer in December, even though I didn't do it because my passport expired. I'm just trying to let you know that sometimes some of these little things, it can go a long way. I got an offer to speak to some people in NFS. I didn't know we were going to Ghana. So I was supposed to come and talk about data visibility, data visualization. So when I talk to chapter president, I say, when they're telling you to go and do your reports, you don't know that when you learn how to do reporting very well, you cannot start teaching people business intelligence by learning how to do your full gospel reports. So sometimes all the things we do in full gospel is a training for something else. Do you know the offer they gave me for that job? They were to pay me 400,000 naira per day. And they will pay my flight. As in the deal was settled. It's just when they said, send us your passport. So that's to tell you that make sure you are prepared, because the grace of God is going to come upon your life today. Some of the things you are even going to learn today that you're going to start working on, the grace of God will come upon your life to begin to open doors for you. I thought you would say a better amen to that. Amen. Okay, so that's who I am. I'm also a digital literacy coach. I like to teach people how to thrive, not just survive, but how to thrive in this digital era. So now let's go to our slide and start the business. We need to, there's a slide before this. I think, we need to adapt. We need to learn to adapt. It's not about, don't worry, I won't do too much work on this slide. I want to go, but let's just lay a foundation. It's not about whether you are very intelligent or whether you are very strong. There are people who don't know a quarter of what you know. And everybody is calling them around, all over around. Why? They have learned to adapt to change. There are organizations today that, when you look at some of the things they teach, like, I can do better than this. But the reason why everybody look up to them is because why? They have been able to adapt to change. And the only thing that is permanent in life is change. And And that's why this topic we are treating today is important, because see what is happening now. It's causing a lot of disruption. Disruption started during COVID and all of that. See what is happening now. This was done in 2020, and we have reached 2025 now. They said that 2025, that around 85 million jobs will be displaced. This is by the World Economic Forum. That's about 85 million, not 1,000. 85 million jobs will be displaced. Why? Due to what? Integration of new and smart, this thing we are discussing today. Then, even business owners too. About 43% of them find out that they have been able to reduce their workforce. Because a job that you normally do, that maybe you need like about 100 people to do, if you get 10 people that are AI compliant, they will do much better jobs. And I will prove it to you today, you see it. More creativity. Do you know one thing, I get invitation to speak a lot. One major challenge I used to have, because I know I have a lot of things to talk about, but major challenge I have is that my slide I've never seen until last year, I've never seen any presentation I ever did that my slide was complete. Why? The idea was sometimes I would need like 1 week to complete my slide. But I was invited to speak to my students, my children's teachers some days ago. While they were still having, another idea just came to me. I changed my slide. While I was waiting for them to call me, in less than 30 minutes, I completed my slide. Why? Because I decided to leverage on AI. Something that would have taken me 3 weeks. I would not even dare it. Even this slide that I'm showing you today, it was just last night, because I have several slides. I'm like, let me do something else that will suit this place. So what it does is that, what we're going to learn is that, I want to do a little bit introduction to AI, and what is AI, artificial intelligence, what are the capabilities of AI, what can it do for you? And then once we have seen what it can do, we'll now begin to I'll pick 1 or 2, 3 AI tools and show you what it can do. And then I may not have as much time to also tell you, I'm sure that many of us, you are an expert in your field. So by the time you see some of the things AI can do, you begin to now see what I can actually use AI to do. Not even necessarily what Akin taught me that AI can do. Once I know what AI can do, you can even come up with something new that AI can do for you that I did not even mention, because you have learned the basics. So we're going to just treat the basic, but I'm going to experiment some of these things to you. So AI is a game changer. Why is it a game changer? I'll just give you my own story, that it has made my work very fast, and then it's easy with brainstorming. Now I'm not scared that anybody is giving me any topic to talk about today now, because I can easily do my research and then work on it and present and do the job. Okay. So before I go to what is AI, so these are the kind of things we're going to do. We'll look at what is the impact. I've just mentioned, I've showed us the impact in career and business. And then we're going to talk about how, I'll show you how we can leverage on it. I'm going to do more of showing, because from my experience, I noticed that for adult classes, it's better you learn by doing, not just by just talking to us and all of that. And whatever you have done. So what is AI? It's called artificial intelligence. And of course, it can be broken down to so many things, but I won't treat that. But let's just talk about what you will need. So AI is just computer system that has been, trained in a way that it will do a job that will, on a normal day, need human intelligence. But let me tell you this thing, like I tell people, AI, that's why it's called artificial intelligence. It does not have an intelligence of its own. The reason why it's doing all that it's doing is because it has been taught, just like the way you would teach your dog to sit, stand. So it has been trained. So do you know an interesting thing? I learned that there are some places where now, even to build parts of aircraft, they don't need to do it manually anymore. They can use what you call, there's a machine that they have designed, it's called 3D printer. It's like a normal printer, but it's 3D printer in the sense that I can actually use that printer. I send my picture to it. It can print a statue of me. It can be any size I want, and I'll be able to hold it. The only thing it cannot do is I cannot talk like me. That is how far AI has gone. So like, this is why she loves to make people look beautiful. So some of even the clothes she has, I can put the picture there and design that clothes and print it out. So I even learned that even some, what do you call it now? Some of these, solar panels now. Not all of them are designed by hand again. Some of them you can actually print it out. You can print out a lot of things. I can print out, I saw somebody print out a very lovely key holder, and the person embedded this NC scanner that you can actually scan that key holder and get some piece of information. And all the person used was what? A printer. The same printer we use. But so you see that someone learned AI, now felt that, this AI, I can apply it to this my field. So that's what I'm saying. Even when you begin to listen to what I'm talking about today, the Holy Spirit will start opening your eyes and your mind to other possibilities that you can even adapt this to. Let's run. So I've told you that AI doesn't have a mind of its own or his brain of its own. The person behind it matters a lot. So it's because of the way. So you can actually teach it what you do. You can teach it your process. So if you're the kind of person that likes to write a lot, you can teach it the way you write, and it will write like you. I can write a sentence and say that I should help me write it the way Professor Wole Soyinka would have written it. And he's going to write it, you think it's Prof that wrote it. So those are some of the things AI can do. Let's run because of time. So let's look at the capabilities of AI. There are, I don't want to bore us with the fact that there's a large, generative AI, large language model, all of this. I don't want to bore us with those scientific terms. I just want to tell us, okay, AI can be grouped into some of these categories. There are artificial intelligence that all you do is you just give it a text. It gives you speech back. There are some other ones you give it a text, it can help you expand that text. Okay, and I will show you an example of some of those ones. There is also the ones you call text to image. All you need to do, sir or ma, is that you just need to describe the image you want. And it will give you that image. Before we go on, because I said that it's going to be a practical session, I want you to pick up your phone, go to your WhatsApp. You see one blue ring. It's called Meta AI. How many of us have used it before? So when you use it, what do you use it to do?
Ask question.
You ask questions. What else do you do? See, one day I was teaching in CMD. There's a man, the man is one of the top consultants that came for that training. So I told them to do what I've told you to do now. But what you want to do is image. So I told him that, do you know that this thing can help you create a proposal, help you do. So the man, as he was listening, he was doing it. He was doing it. And that's why many of us Christians are not, in quote, blessed. Because God gives you an idea, and we don't do anything about it. Nobody gets rewarded for intention. People are rewarded for what they do. So an idea can come to your mind now. So let me quickly warn you. You can have ideas. Do something about it. And thank God you can even use AI to improve on that idea. Sometimes I want to speak in a place, or maybe it's even something that has to do with Bible study, and the Holy Spirit has given me my outline. But I can use AI to develop the outline. I did not depend on, because it's not the Holy Spirit that will do the research for me. The Holy Spirit will give me the idea. Speak about this. Use these outlines. Okay, I want to talk about maybe emotional intelligence as a Christian, this. He has given me the outline. He has given me the message. My own job is now to develop the message to suit my targeted audience. So I can write a sentence. Sometimes people say, Aki, sometimes your words are too harsh. I even prefer to listen to you. Let me confess now. Before my DC, he sent me a message and said, Aki, I need an update on your area. I don't like to write. So, and interestingly, I was supposed to start a class. So I told him that after my class. You know what I did? I'm confessing now. I picked my phone and I detected everything I want to tell him. I can talk to tomorrow, but to write is my problem. So I detected everything I want to tell my DC. Instead of not sending that message to him, because sometimes he annoys me that I'm asking you a question, you are sending me voice note. Do you know what I did? I fed AI that. See, I'm telling him my secret now. I fed AI what I've said. I said he should help me polish it. When my DC saw it, he said, thank you for the updates. So I've told you it's a secret. So that's what I use it to do. Sometimes I want to send somebody a message. It may sound harsh. Let me tell you how I like it to use it. Because when I want to collect my money, I always feel shy and this to collect my money. So sometimes when I want to type, it's when I'm angry that I want to ask for my money. I would not be showing the annoyance in my text. So do you know what I do? I will just feed it to Meta and say, please help me write this in a way that is polished and is polite. Help me ask for my money. By the time I send it to the person, the person let me send Aki his money. But if I've sent it the way I wanted to write before, both of us will be angry. I may not collect that money again. So you see, using AI, it just helped me to polish it and make it easy for me. So, like I said, pick up your phone. You know, many of us that do presentation, we get pictures. How do you get your pictures? You go to Google and download. But do you know that somebody can sue you for that picture? Because it's their intellectual property. But now, that problem will be solved for you. Just pick your WhatsApp, click on your Meta AI. But for you to use Meta AI in particular to generate image, you need to put imagine, then put colon. First write imagine, then put colon. Then say anything you want. Maybe you want, because we are still in February, are we in February or March? So you can say black couples, discussing. Or, do you get it? First put imagine. Then after you have written imagine, put colon, dot. Then anything you want. So you can say a Fulani man with tribal mark, wearing Ankara, wearing Agbada. Has anybody done it? Once you have done that, click enter. That is your digital artist. He will design it for you. Any picture you want that you will have go and search for on Google. Have you done any? Has anybody done it? Meta AI in WhatsApp. Yes, on WhatsApp. Have you done it? Can you see it? Hey, wow. Please come, let's see. Let us come and show you what she has done. So you see, just in few minutes, you have created images. You have to put imagine. Because if you don't put imagine, it will still give you text back. See, look at what she designed, just in few minutes. So please, let's keep practicing it. So you can just depict, yeah, that's good. Let's see, what was your prompt?
I said, imagine a beautiful black family.
Good.
So that was
Great. What prompt did you? Mr. Lucido has. Oh, great. You see?
Imagine a house on a beach with a beach front.
Exactly. So you can do several. Oh, thank you. This is lovely. What prompt did you use, sir?
The same thing you said. Imagine a Fulani woman.
So you see now, how many of us have seen people on traffic selling you artworks? Before they will get an artist to do the painting for them, and you know this is just a basic prompt. There's something that's called prompt engineering. Prompt engineering is how you psych AI to give you what you want. Yes, how to toast it to give you what you want. I will do an introduction to prompt engineering for you today. But if you want the full one, you come for my class. There's a class that is running presently. So, but before then, so what you have just done now, sir. Hello, can we have one else? This thing you have done now, under what does it fall in? Does it fall into text to speech or text to image? See, all you do, so can you see the ability of AI? It's able to interpret your text and give you image. Not that you gave it image to give you image back. All you did was just, I gave it a text, it gave me what? Image. There's one I'm going to demonstrate here before we go. It's called text to music. All you need to just describe the music you want, and it will give you the music. And then you can have your own record label. Or you can start a YouTube that doesn't show your face, and you create videos. Let me tell you how you can use some of these things. If you are the kind of person that have a lot of background, you have learned, you can start creating your courses. Yes. You can create your course. In fact, I'm making money from courses, though. Yes, I'm making money from courses. See this thing that I did. How many of you like this design? They said that a picture means more than 1,000 words. I use AI all I told AI was that I want to talk about AI capabilities. These are my capabilities I want to talk about. I fed into the AI, and it designed this for me. It designed this for me. So another one is text to video. You give it a text, and it gives you a video. There's another, there was one you have been hearing about, Trump also that said that he didn't say it, that it was AI. So now, don't even fall for the fact that your sister called you. You need to tell the person to give you a code. You must have a code you use in your family. Because let me tell you something that happened. That was not even AI. They stole my wife's phone some years back, and the person was sending a message that they should send money. So when the person said, okay, use our husband's phone to call me. You know, said, do you know what the person did? He went to my wife's phone somewhere, and he saw a message where he said, hey, you are telling me to do this, I told you I'm in traffic, He caught that, sent it to the person. The person sent the money.
He used his own voice.
Not his own voice, so it's my wife's voice. No, my own voice, because the person said, you said I should call. I told you I'm in, and then, so that's not even AI. But people can actually use AI. In fact, do you know what AI can do? As I'm talking to you, let's say I'm talking to people who understand French, and I can only speak English. And it is a virtual meeting. Do you know that you will see my mouth move? And you wonder, if to call French in Simbayi, it will lip sync. Yeah. My mouth will be moving. I'm speaking English, but you'll be hearing French. So another thing I can do, next one is very good. It can interact. Before, once someone did a design for you, let's say somebody did a design for Mr. Lucedo, and there's error in that design. or you want to copy the text, you have to look for the software the person used. If I not look for the software, you have to get the correct draw version of that thing before you can edit it. But now AI can interact with images. I can take this thing you have written, I can extract the text, even though it was handwritten. Interactive ability of AI. Do you get it? In fact, what I did when we discussed this image, this topic, I just fed into AI, it extracted the text, and we started interacting. We started talking. That is what I want to do. This is what I want to talk about. Yes?
This thing you're saying, so last week we had a meeting, AI meeting, and on the flyer that I had, I noticed that it was saying Monday, but the date was it was saying Saturday.
Yeah, okay. I think
Now, the person who designed it, of course, was not available at that time. If I had sent it to somebody, then the person responded and said, the date is Monday, but the date is Saturday.
Yes.
So I just went to Canva, grabbed the image, changed it,
and edited it. Before, that was impossible. Because when they send you your finished work, they send it to you as a picture. So I can take your family picture and remove somebody from that picture. And I can put something that was not there before. So, interactive ability. Let me tell you how you use interactive ability. One tool that can do that for you is called Notebook LM. There are other ones. So, let's say you have a presentation. And let's say let's use Mr. Losedo, he's a consultant on marriage and all that. And he was supposed to talk about 5 love languages and some other things. And he needs to consult about 5 books. And each of those books are about 100 pages each. And he has 1 hour to prepare. How will he do it? If I am him, do you know what I'll do? I'll go and look for the PDF file. I'll look for YouTube page. I'll look for PowerPoint presentation. I'll feed it inside Notebook LM. And I'll begin to talk to Notebook LM. And he'll begin to interact with me. He'll begin to teach me what is inside that book. It will bring out. In fact, there's something I did recently. I didn't send it to this year. I picked our book for 2 years ago, which is our theme for this year. I fed it inside AI. I will show you. Do you know what he did? He brought out what he called frequently asked questions. When you look at those frequently asked questions, you understand what focus is all about. That's what tools can do for you. And then you can begin to ask the question, okay, so what is in this page? Okay, what does this person mean about this thing? So without you reading any book, so it's good for students. You want to. Do you know another thing can do for you? It will give you a study guide. Not only that, it will create a podcast for you. So let's say you did a presentation. You know that is your presentation. And you put it inside the AI. 2 Oyibos will just start discussing your presentation. And say, Akin Shobola said this. Oh, what do you think about what he said? Oh, inside. And then another thing you can do again. You can now interact with what they are saying again. And click. Oh, our audience want to ask a question. So I want you to focus on this particular answer. It will recalibrate and focus on that. And it's not that there are human beings that are at the other end. It's AI. One more, I will tell you about the interactive ability of AI. There's one new crazy AI that just came out. Not that it just came out. It's called, that one is trying to replace people like us. That AI is called Google AI Studio. I can switch on my webcam. You will see the room. I will ask him how many people are in this room. Can you help me analyze their emotions? And AI will begin to talk to me. And you will hear it. I can say, I need to design something in Canva. They say Canva is good, but I don't know how to even use Canva. I don't even know how to use the back of a bottle to write, like they say in Yoruba language. You activate it. You share your screen, your Canva screen with it. But let me tell you, the AI will not do anything for you. It will just tell you, go to File, click this, and it will teach you how to use that tool. Talking about interactive ability. Don't worry, I'll prove some of these things to you so that you would see that I'm not lying. Now, what I've done here is to pick out some. There are over 1,000 AI tools. Because what happened is that when ChatGPT came out, they gave out what is the engine of ChatGPT. So it's like, when you're creating yogurt, you need to pick out a smaller yogurt and add other things to it to create new yogurt. Do you get it? Okay, most of the men don't know this, so they are looking at me. But, thank you. Please, I want us to let's make it interactive. Let's make it, DeepSeek, don't worry, I will talk about it. So because they call that an API. That is just what makes AI. Just like when Bible says that, Jesus said that, when I go, I'm going to give you the comforter. So what makes God God is what God has given us. That's why he's saying that ye are gods and children of the Almighty, but you don't know it. And God forbid that you die like an ordinary human being. Because you carry power. You carry divine abilities. So if because of ordinary API, people are able to create over 1,000. So you can imagine you that have the Holy Spirit of God can do. But let's leave that one. Today is not Bible study. And I'm not a pastor. And I'm not planning to become one. So let me pick number one, Yodlee. Yodlee is what they call your personal speech coach. Are you planning for an interview? Or you are planning to speak? And instead of you telling your wife, you say, you cannot even pronounce that word, and you feel bad. Yodlee will not tell you that. It will tell you in a polite way, okay, Akin, you are speaking too fast. You need to slow down. You are using too much of filler words. It will do an analysis of your speech for you. That's Yodlee for you. It's owned by Toastmaster, but it's free to use. See, I'm going to group Meta AI, Perplexity, Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini, and the one it talks about, DeepSeek, and some of those ones. We're going to use DeepSeek. I deliberately did not put it. I didn't put it here because I've already designed my fly. I don't want it to. I like the aesthetics. I don't want to alter it. So I just left it like that. So let me come again. Meta AI, you just used it. Perplexity, Claude, Gemini, ChatGPT. I can group them together. They are more like generalists. But what they do is that you give them a text. They can expand the text for you. They are called chatbots. That is, you can talk to them like you talk to a normal human being. And they will respond to you. But do you know what? Perplexity stood out for me. Do you know why it stood out for me? Because if you are doing research, you cannot tell me you have done research if you don't cite your sources. So Perplexity on its own will cite sources for you. So if you are doing academic work, or maybe at the end of your presentation you need to cite your sources, Perplexity will on a normal day do that. In fact, when you're asking, if you have Perplexity a question, it will tell you that I've been able to, on the seat, normally when you do, you will go to one side, it will go to all the side for you and say that I will actually go into 35 sources. And it will give you the answer you want, and then the sources. So that you can actually, it's good to know the sources. Because AI can do what they call hallucination. It can hallucinate. What does that mean? It means that he believes that he has to always give you answer. So sometimes when you ask the question, if he doesn't have an answer, he will manufacture answer for you. Do you get it? So that's why Perplexity is very good. Then, see this notebook LM that I told you has interactive ability. It will only use the source you gave it. The other ones will go to the internet to pick sources and create something new. But Notebook LM, you are the one that will supply the sources for it. So that hallucination problem will not be there. But all of them, they have what they are good for, okay? So not that Meta AI is not good. They all have their own uniqueness, okay? So, and they have their user. So, and then most of the ones I show here, even if they are paid, a lot of them you can use them for free, legally. So don't forget, Meta AI, Perplexity, Claude, Gemini, ChatGPT, they are like generalists. They are actually good for text to text. You give it a text, you interact with it, it gives you more outlines. Do you get it? Then let's move to Wordtune. So don't forget, Meta AI, Perplexity, Claude, Gemini, ChatGPT, you can use either of them. They do similar things. Similar things. The only one that I said stood out is Perplexity, because of the sources it will give you. The other ones can give you source, but you have to request for it. But Perplexity, by default, gives you sources. And then it's very close to natural. Claude is also good to natural too. Then, which one do I want to talk about? Gemini is owned by Google. Gemini is good for brainstorming. You want to think of an idea. But don't forget, they're all under the same, all of them can do the same thing. But one is just better for something than the other. But they all are chatbots. They are okay, I need to talk to a consultant. Go to any of those 4 or 5 bits I've talked to you about, and I'll demonstrate them. Wordtune. You know that thing I told you that sometimes I send message and it looks like it's ash. Now sometimes you say something to somebody, you can say, Belema Binu. That ma Binu can now make that person angry. Why? Because of the way you presented it. So Wordtune will give it a sentence. Wordtune will give you 9 different ways of saying the same sentence. Notice that sometimes you have something in your head, but you don't know how to craft it. You are looking for the right exact word to say. Wordtune is your go-to. But in my advanced class, I teach people how to use ChatGPT as Wordtune. Some of these things, you can do a reverse engineering. So let's go to NoteGTP. NoteGTP is like an offspring of ChatGPT. Somebody used ChatGPT AI API to do that. Do you know what NoteGTP will do for you? You are on a YouTube page. That YouTube page is about 2 hours. You don't have time to watch that 2 hours. No, GTP will transcribe the video for you while you're on YouTube. And you can interact with that video. Then you can tell it to convert that video. It's not your video. You can say, please convert this video to a PowerPoint presentation for me. It will design the PowerPoint for you. Not GTP. It's not plagiarism because it will change. See, there's no new thing under the art. So it changes all the. By the time it does it, you will not even see any plagiarism again because it has made it unique. Then you cannot put. See, what I need to let you know tonight: AI is not meant to replace you as a person. It's supposed to be a tool, a thinking tool, a research tool. It helps you see angles that you have not seen before. You want to bring up a new product. It helps you see. There was a time. I said something to you that many Christians are poor because God gives them an idea, they don't do anything about those ideas. The thing I'm telling you is what the Holy Spirit told me early this year. I was to pray for some time and fast, and I got an idea. So he started giving me some ideas about my business. And when all the ideas he gave me my business, by the time I fed it inside AI, if you see, in fact, when I showed it to my wife said, this is nice. Everybody I showed that thing to, like, this is lovely. This is not what me on a normal day will write. My English is not that complicated and polished. But AI is teaching me to speak or to write polished English now. But beyond that, it helps you something that is scattered. You know, sometimes the way ideas come to our head is not orderly. And that's how some of us miss our miracles, because you want God to give you a polished idea. He will never give you a polished idea. It's when you have this, you move for the way God works, you move for the first step, the next staircase will appear. Then you press it, then the next staircase will appear. But we want to see the whole 100 feet, 100 years. You cannot get it. So AI can help you fine-tune some of these things. I just told you someone the person said they have been working on this presentation. It could not start. There's something you call writer's block. To even start is a problem. So you talk to AI, it can give you a starting point. Then you can come. The man said, you don't know what you have done for me. He said, this phone now, it cannot justify the money. The man bought the phone for over $1 million. And while we're talking, he came up with a proposal that he has been pushing away for 2-3 weeks. I will demonstrate some of these things for you, don't worry. So NoteGPT, it can create new products or new articles. So that video, it can convert it to a blog post for me. It can convert it to a book for me. Anything I want, NoteGPT can do that, okay? So I've talked about Yodlee, NoteGPT, and all that. Let's move to this side. I've talked about Notebook LM. Now, Leonardo, it's a specialist AI tool. Talk to it tomorrow. Toss it tomorrow. It will not give you an outline. It is created to give you pictures. So it's a what? Text to image to. Text, so you are doing presentation, Leonardo is your go-to. So Leonardo, ideogram, I can grab them together. And napkin. But napkin is unique in the sense that, okay, let me quickly show you something about napkin. Do you see this? You said you like this, Abby? Yeah. I use napkin to do it. So napkin, I will show you, all you need to do, you want to have a presentation, or you have something, but you want to give people in a visual format. There are 2 ways you can use napkin. Either you give it your outline, or you give it a title, a topic. It gives you the outline, you proofread the outline, and then you go to the next step of creating visuals for each of those things. So it's good for visual. But the reason why I said it's standing out because it can also give you text. The other ones will never give you text. Leonardo will not give you text. Ideogram will not give you text, but he will give you beautiful, lovely images. You can even say that it should give you a rat that is riding a bicycle. How many of us have seen where people were showing a cat cooking? The cat was not cooking, no. What it is, they use text to image to design the cat. They now use image to video to do the animation. So do you know why this is good? You can use, some of us, me, I learn by seeing. Some of us are visual learners. Talk to tomorrow, I may not grab. Unlike myself, sometimes there was a day I was talking, My son now started ChatGPT. I said, hey, where did you hear ChatGPT? He said, I used to hear you when you were talking to people now. So that one, he has photography, he can pick. Me, I need to see. And that's why you need to use sight and visual, because science says that people remember 20% of what they hear, 30% of what they see, 70% of what they hear and see. So you see where AI can help you. So, for example, you want to do a deal, and you're able to, and instead of telling them, okay, we're going to make 10 million, we're going to make this, you're able to do a graph that depicts it, that shows, in fact, you can even give them a picture of what's to come. They will drop the money. So, facts to figures. So, the last but not least is Canva. Canva, I'm presenting now in Canva. Canva is a graphic application that houses several applications in it. It has AI in it, plenty. I can use Canva for video. I can use Canva for presentation. In fact, Canva now has groups. So if you're into AI, into HR, Canva has group of every material you need for AI, for HR. So as an SME, what can you use Canva for? You want to create your business plan. You don't have money to go and get a software that will help you with your invoice. I've been sending invoice, but I use Canva. Don't tell anybody I told you that I'm using Canva to do my invoice. So I use Canva to do my invoice. I just put in fact, by the time you see it come out, and I can download it as PDF, I can download it as anything I want. And when I send it to you, you think it's actually, so it's good for SMEs. Canva can do videos. It can do a lot of things. So if you want to learn, I have a class strictly on Canva, because Canva can take us 3-4 weeks, in fact, take us a month to learn. It has a lot of, in fact, there's something called Canva Magic. That picture you saw that you said I look darker, I actually use Canva to treat it. You can use Canva to treat your pictures. To treat your pictures. It can do a lot of things with Canva. Like I told you now, this presentation was done in Canva. And I'm actually I'm not using PowerPoint presentation. I'm presenting in Canva. Do you know the interesting thing about Canva? If you're the kind of person that teaches a lot, you can record your video. How many of us have seen video where somebody is saying you, okay, this is my presentation, you are seeing the person's face, and the person is moving the slide, and is talking. Canva can do that. So you want to do like an educational video, where you want to show your face, and you want to show your slide. Canva will do, there's a place where you say record yourself. Canva will record it for you, and then you don't have to download it. You can download it, or you can give the person the link to go and watch, and it will analyze it for you and say, okay, 20 people read it. It can actually create a course inside Canva that people can watch, and then you mark them. So let's leave that. So I've done majority of the theories. So we want to go to the practical aspects now.
Firefly.
Oh, thank you. It shows that you're following me. Thank you. Fireflies. Fireflies is your online secretary. There's an HR person I trained, or I taught how to use this thing. Anytime they are having interviews that is online, they will bring in Fireflies. It documents everything the person said. It will bring out, in fact, it will bring out the bullet points. It will bring out, if you are saying, okay, tomorrow, Akin, you will do this, oh. Tomorrow, midday, you do this, oh. Tomorrow, madam, you do this. It will analyze all of that and say, okay, who is to do what, by when, by, it will do all of that. So that's Fireflies for you. So it's an online note taker. So you're having a Zoom meeting. So how do you use it? You go to Google. You can download it but just go to the website and then log in with your email address. So if you're having a meeting, if I actually connect it to your calendar, so anytime you have a meeting, it automatically joins that meeting. So, but if it's a meeting where somebody needs to admit, they need to admit it to come in. It comes in like a normal human being. So, but when it's replying, and when it's done, it will email the minute of the meeting to you.
Are they all Open AI? You have to subscribe.
Many of them are what you call freemium. Freemium in the sense that they have free versions, but many of us, we don't need the paid version. I started paying for Canva last year, and I've been using Canva for almost 10 years. So when I find out I've made over 100,000 plus on Canva, let me even patronize their business now. Let me use my church mind. And Canva is not expensive. That 1 year that I did, if you are doing it from Nigeria, it's just 23,000 naira for 1 year. If you are using the free one, the only limitation you just have is that there are some images you'll not be able to use. Some of them, they will put cram, but there are a lot of free. For the average person, you don't need paid version. And it is not illegal. And excuse me, if you have a school, you can actually apply for Canva education. So far your school has school email address, they will give you for free. If you're an NGO too, you can. Why? Because all your social media what do you call it? You want to create social media flyers, images, they are all inside it. So you don't need to learn anything. All you need to just use templates. Do you get it? You don't need to reinvent the wheel. So they make life very, very, especially as a startup. By the time you get up, you need to employ this, employ that. That's why I said that one person that is AI compliant can do more job than somebody who is 100 people that are not AI compliant, because this person needs to do graphic design. In fact, there's something they also call automation. It can actually plan it and say, well, design all it. In fact, there's a way you can, let's say I want to design, it does in Canva, but I want to teach you, I'll just mention it to you. There's something they call bulk create. So let's say you want to do like a 30-day post for your social media. So let's say it's a 30 days post, right? And you want to use the same, you just want to change the text. You can use Canva bulk create. In 1 minute, you create over 100 flyers. In 1 minute. In 1 minute. You just automate it. Okay, when you get to the next one, change the word. Get to this one, change the word. Here, change the date, it will do it. Automation. So, but we don't have time to talk about. Now, this is the part where we want to talk about, I want to teach you how to psych or toast AI. How many of us have used Meta AI? Is that Meta AI? You give it a message. By the time the result came out, you're like, this is not what I told you now. How many of us have gotten there before? You didn't see what you love. What you gave it to you was rubbish. It wasn't what you asked for it. It's because you have not learned prompt engineering. Let me tell you how I use Meta. I'll just say, this my sentence, help you to polish it and improve it, but don't alter the intended meaning. Don't what? Alter the intended meaning. So it will work on your syntax, it will work on your paragraph, on all of other things, but it will not change what it means. It can help you make it flow. Maybe what you put at the beginning can put at the... But when you read it, it's going to mean what you meant. It will only remove your errors and typos. So that's the basic prompt engineering. So don't mind the name. It sounds big, but it's not as... It's just how do you talk to AI that it gives you what you want. For instance, you are a coach. You want to create a presentation. You are now saying, give me 5 outlines of human brain. Do you want me to talk? So you need to tell me more. That's what we want to look at. Okay, good. So mistake we make is that AI, give me this. You will not get what you want because someone said if you have a foolish question, you get a foolish answer. So sometimes it's garbage in, garbage out. So it is what you. So if you ask a question, it doesn't know your mind. Don't forget, I told you he doesn't have his own mind. So it can decide to choose whether it is for secondary school or primary school. But if you use this format I'm teaching you, it's called RTF. It means that you need to say, hey, hi, I'm assigning a role to you. Let me just go to the next one so that you see what I mean. So you need to define a role. You need to give it a task and the output you want. So let's look at role. Who do you want ChatGPT to act as? I want you to act as an expert in mechanical engineering, or act as an expert in business communication, or act as an expert in this. So ChatGPT will wear the cap of such a person. And he will write the result for you like it's that person that is doing it. I want you to act as a marriage coach. Do you get it? So you need to do what? Assign a role. Number 2 is what many of us do. You give it a task. Before you give it a task, assign a role, give it a task, and tell it the format. Let's look at the example. Let's read the example together. How many of us have given AI that much details when we're asking to do this thing for you? How many of us? So can you see why sometimes people say, AI, sometimes it's because you have not learned how to toast it. Okay, let's move to the next one. So what we do is that we pick 1 or 2 of these prompts, we'll go and use it, and you see how. Let's look at the next one is what? Tag. There are plenty, and then you can actually create your own. But I'm just giving you something to just help us start. Okay, do what? Define a task, states, and the goal. Now let's look at the example. Let's read the example.
Create a training program for time management action. Include interactive exercises and real-life scenarios. Goal. Help employees reduce news deadlines by 25%.
So this is what you will pay a consultant to do. I hope when the consultant see me, they will not come and start caning me now. Okay, one of them is here. But you see, let's go on. Bab. Let's look at it. Let's look at this in depth. You say you need to identify the current state. So this is good for brainstorming. You're having a particular challenge at work, and you want to solve that problem. So what do? What is the current state? What is the desired outcome? Then how do we bridge the gap? So when do you use it? Use it for addressing skill gap or knowledge deficiency. Now, let's look at the structure. Before, what is the current situation? After, this is the current situation. This is what we want to achieve. This is what we want to do. We want to prevent this current situation. Now, what is the bridge? How will he achieve it? Now, let's look at the example. Please read it. Hold on, please. See, don't read the blue. Just read. But when you are using the prompt, you copy everything together like that. But just for the sake so that we can understand. Yeah, let's read just the white. Don't read the blue. That is what? The situation. Yeah. What do we want to achieve? How will we achieve it?
Source, produce, and communication, time management, and virtual tools.
Can you see that? So, you can alter, this is a template. Depending on what you want to achieve, depending on your role, you can change it. Do you get it? But it's just to follow the templates that, okay, identify a current situation. This is the current situation now in this country. What do you want to achieve? This is the current, what we want to achieve. How do you want us to, how will you help us achieve it? Design something for us to alienate that problem. Can we see now? Do you see that by the time we start using this, we get better results from AI? Okay, let's go. We're almost done. Kia, what should you do? Give a context. Describe your desired action. Clarify the result you want. Give an example. Now let's look at the example. When do you use this? You use it to add depth to context and example of outcomes. So what do you use it for? Is it for solving specific challenge or creating a targeted training? You know, I teach people about targeted audience in a lot. You know, you don't just come out to create a product or to sell a product. You know, many mistakes when go. You go to Dubai, to different places to buy products and say, I brought my product, come and buy for me. But imagine if you do this, sir. I said, ma, I'm going to Dubai tomorrow. What would you like to have? I take your list. I got his list, I got a list. And I said, ma, please give me a deposit. Even the money you don't have, you use other people's money because what? You are targeted, you have given. By the time you come back, will you gain your money back or not? Compared to when you just buy and then you are just selling. So that's why, you know, but that's not a class for content creation. We teach that in content marketing and content creation. If you want to learn that, I have classes on that too. But so, structure. Let's read the context.
What's the situation of your company?
Okay, example. Okay, let's go to the example. Let's read it together. Do you see that? So, like I said, you can adapt it to any situation. It doesn't have to be a software. It could be that, we brought a product. We want to, and this product, we need our staff to go and train our, what do you call them now? Maybe our distributors. And we need our staff to be proficient in this software in 30 days so that they can, when they get to the field, they can teach our distributors how to use that software. But it doesn't have to be software. It can be how to even market this product. Or it can be how to educate people on this new product or on this new TV that we just brought to the country. Do you get it? So it's not cast in stone. It's a template I'm giving you. So you can, that's why I said that by the time you start thinking about all of these things, ideas will start coming to you. That problem you have been trying to solve, you just see a light bulb moment. Okay, let's run. Rise. Specify the role, describe the inputs. So this is very good for brainstorming. Let's look at the example.
Employees need training on teamwork. Break the class into 3 modules: communication, conflict resolution, and collaboration.
So what happened is that I told you I picked it from one of my classes. The class was for consultants. So that's why it's train, because I didn't have time to know. So what you can do is that you can pick this prompt and give it to ChatGPT and say, "Can you adapt it to this field?" So AI can actually serve as your prompt engineer. So there are prompts that I give in my class where there are a lot of prompts that you can use. So one of the prompts is like, I want you to act as a prompt engineer, and I give you more details. And all you need to do is just say the topic, or say your niche, or say the field. It will generate prompt for you using, don't forget, prompts are they are instructions you give to AI for you to give you what you want. Just like when you were using Meta AI, I said, first use imagine, and say this, that's a prompt, you gave it to it. And then, okay, good. I think we are done with the theoretical part of it. So we're going to do Anton, and then we're going to be picking some of these tools, and we'll demonstrate them. But before we do that, let me do, okay, these are some of the things you can do. All of this I created in Canva. I created all of it, and I didn't learn graphic design. So using ChatGPT, so what we want to try and do is let's try and see what we can do here. Let's try and see whether we can use ChatGPT or Claude to do what? To create a business strategy and planning. Is that what you would like us to do? Is that okay? Okay. Then exploring Canva, Leonardo. Okay, I will show you how to use. I'll just do something in Leonardo for you. Fireflies. I told you about fireflies. So I will just show you something that I've used fireflies to capture. Leveraging on Perplexity, we'll give a prompt to Perplexity, and then we'll see it. Just for you to see the difference between what Perplexity will produce and what ChatGPT will produce. All of this, I did it before coming here some few hours ago. AI and career. Yeah, so let me quickly say a little bit about this. You know, some of us that are professionals, what you post on, when I get to your social media, especially your LinkedIn, I should be able to look at your LinkedIn and know what you are into. Why? Based on, so what you do, there's something I teach, it's called content marketing. Mistake many of us do is that we are too salesy. Anytime I see Bro Innocent, he's coming here, he has something to sell. So when Bro Innocent is coming from this side, I dodge because he will collect money from that day. He will have something to sell to me.
But that's an example.
No, it's an example, he doesn't do that too. It's an example. Bro Innocent doesn't do that, I'm just using an example. Or has he done that for you before? I'm using an example. So, clarify. I hope it's okay. Yeah. So, if Bro Innocent comes to my content creation class, I say, Bro Innocent, this is what you are supposed to do. You sell shoes. Instead of posting, these are the shoes we brought. I've gone to content, but I want to teach you how to use it here today. Instead of saying, these are the shoes we brought, on Monday, you can talk about how to identify false or fake leathers. Or someone who is into real estate. You say that when you want to buy a house, how do you know that the house will always be having water problem or is having leaking problem? You see something, you'll be teaching things like that. And then maybe on Friday, you now talk about these are the things we have. Or you are teaching something and then you are bringing product that people can buy. It's the better way to sell. That's called content marketing. Why? Because people have access to information today. People want you to teach them. They don't want you to pitch to them. So that's content marketing. So AI can help you with that. So you can tell AI, this is my field. Help me come up with contents that can create as a content marketing strategy. And it will give you ideas. Do you get it? So that's one way you can use it for your career development. Or for your business development. What about for your career? How many of us that you are in career, you didn't apply for a job, somebody just called you and say, please, I think you'll be best for this role. Because you have made yourself what do we call them? Like a thought leader in that field. You are always talking about that issue. Your own maybe just, I want to talk about visibility. And you keep talking about, and AI will help you have enough things to talk about on visibility. Imagine if I come to your LinkedIn page and I'm getting good content. You don't need to beg me to keep coming to your page. And you know what that will do for you? It will attract people that would likely do business with you. So you need to understand your targeted audience. You need to understand their pain and their pleasure. There's one framework I used to use. It's called IDA. So if I have an event on Saturday, I will write, I'm having a full gospel business meeting, blah, 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 on Saturday. This is the date, this is our speaker. I will not give it to AI and say, I want you to use IDA framework, act as a copywriter, and help me make this event 100% persuasive. By the time you rewrite it, you think I'm going to pay an advert specialist to do that. So that's another area you can use in your business. You have a product to sell, stop sounding salesy. Add value to people. Like you sell gele. Teach people how to type. Don't teach them that this is how I buy my things from Dubai, and don't teach them those ones. Teach them that this is how to wear gele. This is how to combine different colors. You are adding value to them. They will keep coming. The day they want to buy, they will remember you. That is what? Content marketing. So as a business person, use AI for what? Creating your content. For what? Content marketing. Career person, your bio. Okay, I am this. Give it your CV. Or just say 5 things about yourself and tell it to help people rewrite it in a way that job I told you that I got in, that even though I didn't go for NNPC, people say I send CV. Because I've always been working for my own. Even my wife is an HR. I did not even tell her to help me write CV because I'm not looking for a job. So I've never written any CV in my life. So when they say I should write, I say, Bella, I don't have CV. I don't even know what to put there. They say, it's what you have, you put there now. So I sat down. Okay, I put there that I'm a full gospel with this person. I'm a member of this committee. I've trained these people. I've trained so. I put all of that. I didn't even put academic qualification. All the training I've done. Do you know what I did? I gave it to AI, helping polish it. But I told myself I will not put what I don't have. I will not say I have. Do you get it? Do you understand? So I did not lie. I only got an expert who is my team member that is AI to help me, so AI can become your team member. By the time he polished that CV, I got the job. I did what? I got the job. So, and let me tell you one secret too. Shall I tell you? Somebody said that so many of us miss opportunities because they tell you, can you do this? You say, I can't do it. Somebody say you can do it. Then you now learn how to do it later. Hey, I can teach you how to do it. But don't go and don't collect money for what you will not do. Okay, so upskilling and learning, that's what I just told you about. So you can say that I want to learn something. So you can say that one of the prompts I like to use, I will show you that prompt. It says that I want you to tell me 20% of things I need to know to understand 80% of this concept. Can I come again? 20% of things I need to know to understand 80% of this context. You remember Pareto's principle? It says that 20% of your activity brings 80% of your money. Do you get it? So you can use Pareto principle. Let's run. So how do you prepare for preparation? You need to understand trend. Then you need to integrate AI into your workflow. Then you need to continuously learning. So you need people like us to begin to rub minds together over Zoom, or I can come to your office and train your staff so that you have AI enabled. Help me complete it now. So before we go to this part, somebody said something that you work with, it's in the Bible, it said that you have worked with footmen. You are stressed. How much more if you are now competing with men on horses? So we have not even gotten to the AI era. Some people are having challenges. How much more now that we are in AI era? Even the Bible says that the labor of fools weary them. Why? Because they don't know how to go to the cities. We need to improve ourselves so that we don't get stressed or labored. So that's why it's important. Things are happening very fast. So if you blink, what will happen? You miss. So as leaders, as professionals, we need to keep what? Improving ourselves. And that's why somebody said this, that the definition of illiteracy has changed. The illiterate of 21st century are not people who cannot read and write. It was before that, if you cannot read or write, you are an illiterate. If today you cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn, I didn't say it, this is the person that said it. Mm-hmm. So, with this few points of mine, I hope I've been able to convince you and not confuse you. See, let me tell you, this thing, I like using this a lot. You can create what I called, we're talking about how to use AI to improve your business. You can create what I call a contactless card. On your phone, there's something that is called QR code. Or a QR code scanner, or QR scanner. If you scan this code now, this is what you're going to have. And I use an app that is called Blink to create this. So you can use this on your business card and print the QR code there. When you scan it, they get this information. Can you see? He scanned it and he got that information. So when people, sometimes people collect your card and they don't store your number. Yeah. But this one, they will be able to store it instantly. So I just feel I should add that to it. Yes. If you want to have my number, I'm giving my number for free now. Okay, let me remove it so that you collect money. Collect money to give it. So just scan it. Instead of you typing, all you need to do is just scan. So you can just go to an app that's called Blink. BLINQ. So we're going to do practical now. But before we do practical,
so you can create yours.
You can create yours. That's what I'm telling you. I showed it not to you so that you can know that you can create this for yourself. So
that's blink.me.
Yeah, no, just Blink. Just go to Google and just type Blink. So it's an application. It asks for all the information you want to put there, and then it creates something like this for you. Okay. Before we go to the practical session, there's something that's very, very important. I said something about the fact that you are looking at yourself that, hey, look at all this in that Bakin said. Where do I start from? The Bible said that it's possible for a man, before AI came in, and all this digital era, you are stressing out. Now that AI has come, this is trouble. You don't even know where to start from. I have a burden in my heart, and I want us to pray together before we go to the practical session. You may be thinking that I don't even know where to catch up with. I don't even know what to do with my life. That song says Jesus is here right now. He's here to do what? And to do what? To set the captives free. So I'm going to ask the DC and his wife to please step out and pray for as many of us say, Lord, I don't even know where to start from. I just need your help before we do the practical session. And then, interesting thing about the Holy Spirit, he knows exactly where you need to start. Well, after this prayer, you just be going and you just see a paper and it will be exactly the information you need. But you need something to come upon your life. You need the grace to come upon your life that will unveil you. Some people are here. Something is covering you. There are some people here. You need God to introduce you to yourself. You don't know who you are. You don't know what you carry. But when God opens your eyes, you're like, wow, this is what I carry. How many of us feel that, God, unless you help me, I'm going to be in trouble? Can you please stand up while all eyes are closed? And I will invite the DC to pray with us. Then we'll go to the practical session. But this will help you to know what to pick. You will know what to focus on. But beyond all of that, when you make small efforts, you get bigger results. You know what I started with when I was 20? I said that the Holy Spirit told me something. That's why you need to learn how to hear God speak to you.